My friends, I promised some time ago that I'll be doing a series on the total man. Talk of the spiritual, talk about financial, talk about physical, talk about family, and talk about social things, things that are important in life. Today I'm going to be discussing with you what has made women suffer most in Africa, in the Middle East, and many other parts of the world. And that is being impregnated by their husbands and they deliver and it's not a male child. They begin to castigate the woman. They make life unbearable for her. Oh, she's always giving us a female child. I want a male child. Why did she give me a male child? And in Africa in particular, you see the man accumulating wives. Say, he want a woman that will give him a male child. Actually, this topic is titled, Who Determines the Sex of a Child? Who determines the sex of a child? We don't do simple biology. What about it talked about, sex education, not sexuality, where people begin to talk about, how they feel about their bodies. We're talking about basic biology. The human being, every human being has 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pairs of chromosomes. One of the pairs is sex, male or female. Male or female. So when the person grows up and a male now feels he is more like a woman, or a woman now feels that she's more of a man, that's a choice. But every human being has 23 chromosomes and pairs of chromosomes, and one of those pairs is the sex chromosome. Now, I want to show this. You can see this very well, yes? Sex determining factors or chromosomes. XY and XX. If it's XY, it's a male. If it's XX, it's a female. During gametogenesis, that is sex cell, production. Spermatogenesis in a male that produces the spermatozoa, and oogenesis or ovogenesis in a female, which produces the ovum or the egg. During the process, and when it is completed, and you have a spermatozoon, it is carrying either a Y chromosome or an X chromosome. The male is XY, the female is XX. So every egg the woman will release will always be the X chromosome. So when the husband copulates with the wife and there is ejaculation and the semen is released containing the seed, which is the spermatozoa, they flow through the vagina, through the womb to the fallopian tube. Now, the ovum or the egg of the woman is released from the ovary into the fallopian tube. That is when they meet. The first spermatozoon to meet the egg fertilizes that ovum. They come together and a circle is surrounds it, and no other spermatozoon can penetrate. So if each time the semen or the spermatozoa released by the husband, each time it is released into the wife's body, and it is the X that always meets the egg, the X chromosome that will meet the egg, which is always X. You have females. If it is the Y all the time, it is boys all the time. So that's why you see some families, it's all males or all girls, or you see some, it's a mixture. So, man, it is what you give your wife that she produces and gives to you. So, if we start through this, I drew this diagram here. I'm sure you can see it. You can see it. If the one in that red arrow is one that determines is about the X, the Y chromosome, that each time it fertilizes the X chromosome, you have a XY or boy. So each time you produces a man's spermatozoa, is always the one that carries the X chromosome that meets the egg of the woman. You have females. So don't stop harassing your wives. I put it here. Stop harassing your wives. Men, stop harassing your wives over the sex of your children. It is you that determines what you have. So, my friend, let me advise you. As a man, let me advise you. By the grace of God, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. Basic biology, I've just introduced, told you basic biology. But let me give you some facts of life. You want to have children, first and foremost. First and foremost, children are a gift from God, whether they are female or whether they are male. What is important in life is the child you bring up well, whether male or female. There are some sons who are useless. Those days, the days they had, they were celebrating, oh, she has given me sons. But they are useless. And there are daughters who are very special. Daughters are very special. I love my daughters. I love my sons. I treat all my children equally. So, it is the child you bring up well that matters, not whether it's a male or female. So, my counsel is take care, bring up your children well, love your children well, no matter the sex. Now, if you want to have children, let me advise you what to do. Stop being anxious. Whether you are a male or a female, stop being anxious. Relax your mind. Relax your mind and let the hypothalamus in the brain be able to concentrate well and ensure that there is proper, gametogenesis. That is proper spermatogenesis and oogenesis, male and female respectively. Have a relaxed mind. Number 2, avoid alcohol, avoid smoking, because they are, they contend with your ability to have fruit of the womb or to have children. Now, if you are a man and you're always drinking, I tell you, when you are drunk and you meet your wife, even if she's in her ovulation period, which is usually between the 10th and 20th day of the menstrual cycle, even if at the middle point you meet her, that's about the 15th day, you meet her. Because you are drunk, your semen level, the semen level which contains the spermatozoa, will be small. You're supposed to discharge at least 5 mils. But when you are drunk, you can hardly discharge up to 1 mil. And by the time before they get to fallopian tube, many of them, they will die. So my friends, let me advise you, remove your mouth from alcohol, remove your mouth from hard drugs, remove your hand from cigarette, so that your natural body be able to produce naturally. Then eat well. Take fruits very well. Take fruits. Eat well. Relax well. Think less. And you should know your wife's menstrual cycle. Every responsible husband should, mind that word responsible, every responsible husband is supposed to know the wife's menstrual cycle. Yes, you should know. Apart from producing children, when you need to have pleasure, you should be able to know when your wife is free so that you can have pleasure. Because you have license to do that. Know your wife's menstrual cycle. So, like I told you, the menstrual cycle, the 10th day after the last one, between the 10th and the 20th day, you will find there is that's what we call the, ovulation period. When the egg is released from the ovum, then it goes to the fallopian tube. When you, as a man, do what I have to advise you, there will have you're able to fertilize your wife then. So, if you do that, you have fertilized your wife. Number 2 or 3 now, avoid indiscriminate sex. Of sleeping around as a man now. I'm talking to you as a man. Sleeping about, discharging all the semen all over where they will flush them out. And you are not faithful to your wife. Then when you want to meet your wife, now you have a small change. Let me put it that way. Small change of semen. And your wife does. How can you expect your wife to be pregnant like that? Abstain from sex for at least 5 days. When you know your wife's menstrual cycle, abstain from sex at least 5 days. Then, during that period when it's a ovulation period, you meet your wife, you have a good quantity of semen to deposit, and all this sperm, many of them will be able to get to the fallopian tube. And I tell you, the X chromosome is very dynamic. Men are naturally stronger than the women, so it's stronger than the X. So usually, when you concentrate them enough, the Y is most likely to get to the fallopian tube before the X. Because men are stronger than women naturally. So for you, the women, I give you same advice. Calm down, relax your mind. Don't be anxious. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't have hard drugs in your system. Let nature take its course, because scriptures says, go into the world and multiply. You have a license to multiply. And there shall be none barren. That's what the Lord says. None barren amongst us. Deuteronomy 7:14-15. So, my friends, I hope I'll be able to let you know. I repeat this. Husbands, men, stop harassing your wives. It is you that determines the sex. It is what you give your wife that she will give you. So, have a wonderful day and a wonderful time. Go and reproduce. God has given you license. God bless you, my friends. My name is Evangelist Michael Oboh. By the grace of God, President, Founder, Rescue Mission International, University, Nigeria. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like it, share it, tell others about us. Follow me daily on WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as Telegram. Have a wonderful day, my friends.